Hello everyone. Today I will tell you about the movie In Time. Here in such an unusual and rather dangerous world lives the main character of our story, Will. At the very beginning of the film, we are confronted with two districts that are completely different from each other: the criminal, full of dangers and risks, the ghetto district, in which the main character lives, and a beautiful rich district with successful and respected people. The place where Will lives forces people to make sacrifices for a tiny fraction of the time. One of the usual days, Will unexpectedly meets a time-rich man in a pub named Henry. At the moment of their conversation, time robbers appear, which is why Will and Henry have to run and hide in an abandoned building. As a result of the time spent together, a very important conversation takes place between the characters for the storyline about the value of life, the need for the death of poor people for the immortality of the rich, and the likelihood of overpopulation of the world. And in the morning the main character discovers that the rich guy gave almost all his time to him. Thus, our hero gets an invaluable chance for a prosperous life, which his family never had. Unable to cope with all this burden of responsibility alone, Will shares it with a friend and tells him about his immediate plans. At the same time, the police are taking over the investigation of Henry's mysterious suicide, which will cause the main character a lot of problems in the future. Will's mother tragically dies due to lack of time for the train, which prompts the protagonist to act decisively and find out the truth about what Henry told him. Will goes alone to New Greenwich, where he begins to live a luxurious life for a while, and quite successfully, having risked his entire fortune in a casino. He managed to win 1,100 years from one representative of the rich. The losing tycoon decides to introduce his daughter to a lucky poor man, our beloved Will, and later invites her to dinner, during which Sylvia, the daughter of a rich man, gets closer to the main characters and reveals the secrets of the life of the rich estate. The calm of the reception is disturbed by the guards, who have finally received information about the true recipient of that priceless time of Henry. Will is detained, most of the time is taken away, leaving only 2 miserable hours, and is taken away for a long and painful interrogation, but the guy escapes, taking Sylvia with him. On the way home, the couple falls into the trap of time robbers and the girl loses most of her life. After all these adventures, the main goal of the heroes becomes the need to find at least a grain of time in order to survive. Losing all hope of a safe way to earn time, Will strives to get in touch with his friend Burrell as soon as possible, but unexpectedly discovers the fact of his stupid and worthless death. He drank all the money given to him by a good friend in a pub and died of severe alcohol poisoning. The main characters were saved from despair by a blessed pawnshop, in which they were able to save a little time for themselves. Another idea to save their lives was the demand for ransom from Sylvia's father, who did not come out well at all. The clever and very greedy Philip refused to give time for his daughter, having provided for all possible moves of the enemy. Not seeing any more benefits in the girl, the main character decides to send her home. Next, the heroes are waiting for a series of robberies of small banks, and in the end they rob Wise's office in a big way and become Robin Hoods for the ghetto, successfully breaking the entire system.